Welcome, one and all. This is the Naijahood NYC podcast. This is episode 5, I believe. With me, my special guest today is a legendary producer, based in New York City, where I'm from. Makes it part of the legendary crew, Umbrella Studios and COD, or Keep It Clean or Dirty. Make some noise for my boy Cover one time.
What's up, man?
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks for taking 5 minutes out of your schedule to come out on my show.
Anytime, man. It's all love.
All right. So tell the people your origin, like where you from and everything.
I'm from the Bronx, New York. You know what I mean? Where it first all started at.
Yeah.
I was born in the South Bronx, but moved to the North Bronx for a little while. And then after that, like more in my teenage years and going into like my adulthood, I went to Harlem on 110th Street for a little while. And that's when I really met people that I ended up getting my first deal. Shout outs to Ski Beats. He produced a lot of Jay-Z stuff, Reasonable Doubt, a lot of the Dead President stuff, a lot of Camp Lo stuff. And yeah, he was like the first cat I kind of like met that seen my potential as a rapper. This is before I got into the beats, because Ski was a rapper too. You know what I mean? He had a group called Original Flavor, and that's the first song that like you really got to probably hear Jay-Z on Can I Get Open. If y'all do y'all history and y'all check back, if y'all see this, check out Original Flavor featuring Jay-Z. That was like my man Ski. And then after he picked up with Jay, he just started doing production, and he said, I'm gonna put down the mic and I'm gonna keep producing these cats. These guys are great, you know what I mean? So that's like the first taste of like where I got more into like music professionally, where I got my first deal from, you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you said the Bronx, you said the North Bronx, man. That's crazy because I'm from the North Bronx.
Yeah, I'm from like Allenton Avenue, Burke Avenue, like White Plains Road.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It means I'm from Parkway Gun Hill, so I'm from like Mount Vernon, White Plains.
Yeah, I went to school in Evander, you know what I mean?
I went to Westchester.
Oh, all right.
I went to private school, Westchester area school.
Yeah, I was in Evander on Gun Hill Road, man.
Yeah. I've worked with your boy 20 Cam.
Oh,
I went to school with him. We didn't get to work together yet.
oh, that's my guy. He's COD for sure, man. Doing a lot of big things too.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga Colin, 20 Cam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, when you said the Bronx, like I said, a lot of dope artists came from the Bronx. Like Fat Joe was probably like the biggest artist ever. No, he's not. No. I think mainstream. I would
Huh?
I would say mainstream. He's the biggest Bronx rapper, mainstream. But
Yeah,
like,
he got French, he got A Boogie.
I mean, I don't know. A Boogie is doing his thing. A Boogie, French Montana. Yeah, you right. But like, I think Joe probably accomplished more though.
Oh, of course, man. We got to give love to Joe and them,
Yeah,
man. I give love to everybody for the game, especially cats in the Bronx, because I seen a lot of them come up and where they came from, and they definitely represent the Bronx to the fullest.
but right now, what you're saying, I believe like A Boogie and like Ice Spice and French, they're kind of doing their thing.
Coming up, yeah,
Yeah, like TJ and all them, like uh,
yeah. They get to another level, and my people's Dice Peso, Hattie Racks. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, those guys. Yeah, they're coming up too from the Bronx, but they're not there yet.
Yeah.
Like you see where like Fred was, rest in peace. Like Fred was on that come up, but he was like he didn't get to accomplish as much as we all see.
Shout outs to him. I did a lot of work. I did work with him too.
Yeah, I almost
all the names that you mentioned, I worked with.
I never got to work with him yet though. I DM'd him like a year ago, so I didn't have the money for the verse, but he was like he'll keep me in mind, and then shit happened. Yeah. I never got to work with him. I never got to.
But who are you talking about?
Fred the Godson.
Oh, all right, yeah, man.
Like I said, I know a lot of Bronx rappers that like Dice Peso and Chris Rivers and all those guys, Mickey Fax, all those guys.
Yeah, those are all my guys. I produced all of them.
I'm saying, I need a verse from every one of them, man. I need a My Song verse.
Yeah, that's my guy too, man.
Yeah, but let's jump forward. You said your first industry deal, your first placement with Skip Beats and everything.
Well, Ski Beats was my producer at the time.
Okay.
So that wasn't really my placement. It was more his placement. And then I got the deal for it because we got signed to Tommy Boy in 96.
Mhm.
So when I got signed to 96, we were running with that. We did the songs I did and got produced by was Ski Beats. And after that, we got a deal through Def Jam. All of this, you can check it out. We had a single out through them. And then after that, I got with my man Doug Daniels, and he was vice president of Interscope, and we just started doing a lot of independent work. And then I just said, you know what, it's time to go to the next level because I wanted to stay in music, you know what I mean, and I wanted to still be participating in music, you know what I mean, giving my thing. But I was thinking like how the game was changing so much and the streaming platforms and all these other things that, you know, it wasn't the same how we were getting paid in the old days, you know what I mean? I mean, there's ways of getting money now, but like back in the days would be like a check waiting for you, you know what I'm saying? And it was physical copies, so you almost knew what you were selling, you know what I mean? So just to get past that, me and my partner, Charlie, who I used to produce one of his artists, and he came to me and was like, yo, let's build a studio and let's start doing it. And we thought about it like, yeah, because the studio is the first line of defense. And you know what I mean? It's like, you got to make your songs, you know what I mean? Get that, keep the money going. And then I said, let me keep producing and be there for that. And it's just been a blessing ever since that, man. We just been producing everybody since that.
All right. So what are the challenges you face coming up in your industry? Like how did you what challenge did you face like getting your deal, getting like your first placement and everything?
Well, it's crazy because like my first deal, like I said, it was in the 90s. And back in the days, you were like, if you know, like Ski was real known because he had hit with Jay-Z, you know what I mean? So Camp Low, he was hot at the time, you know what I mean? Like that's how it was. Because back in the days, like now you could get a beat anywhere. Like you go on YouTube, you get a beat, you know what I'm saying? You go, everybody got a laptop and all that. But back in the days, it was like taboo. It was like, yo, who is producing these songs? And then you have to have a relationship with these cats or have money. And back in the days, beats used to cost like $5,000 because it was just so rare. You understand? Yeah. So if you were co-signed by a dope producer, you would probably be the one that would get a deal because they will go, yo, if he working with him, let's give him a try. So a lot of people got the benefits of like Ski being hot. And you know, I happen to be one and be there at the right time. So like my placement and one of my closest friend, Chris Atlas, who's like head of Warner now, he was just starting his A&R job, and it was at Tommy Boy. And he always told me that he wanted to bring me in, and that's how we kind of like got it. I got Ski in to do the music. I got a guy who's already in Tommy Boy that's ready waiting. And I open doors for other artists that I kind of bring in, you know, and got founders fee. But then I'll tell you the first artist I ever, you probably won't even know. It was crazy because it was this guy named he was on Island Records. It was I just had his name on the tip of my mind. But he was an artist that was on Island Records. And it was crazy because I was working in the studio and he had walked by and heard me working on a beat. And he had went to my managers at the time and asked them, yo, whose beat is that? You know what I mean? So then my managers walked in and told me, yo, what's up? You want to sell that beat? And I was just working on a beat. I didn't have no intention or nothing. Then they told me how much. They said, yo, 5,000 is good. I was like, 5,000 for this beat? And ever since then, I always had the fever because I always owned a studio in a crib since the 90s. And then I just started getting more of the fever of working on beats. And I knew that would be my calling after like doing a career of rap and saying that I still want to be a part of it, but I want to be a part of the music still. So I just followed the footsteps of my man Ski and put down the mic and ended up picking up the beats and you know, and it's been working out so far. Now all the placements that I get is so much, there's so many placements out there on High 97, on Power, all over the place, Europe. That we just had one of a remix for Chris Brown. It's just a
I
lot of.
heard that the summer too hot. I heard your remix on that shit was fire. I heard.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So yeah, man, just like it's just been a grind, and just having the love for the music and wanting to be a part of it kind of kept me around to stay. I can make beats, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So how did you link up with Charlie with COD and them? With
Well, COD has always been a graffiti crew. We always did graffiti back in the days on the trains and all and everywhere. And some of my guys that are still down with the crew still do art all over the world. I mean, from Japan, from China to Australia to Norway, Copenhagen, back here in the States. And we always been a part of the culture, COD. We used to even do like art directing for videos for Hype Williams, for Classic Concept, Ralph McDaniels, Lionel Martin. Like when they would call us, we would go to the locations and bomb the whole location. And we were known for that, like every video, like Wu-Tang videos, Gangstar videos, Brandy videos, Boys to Men videos. If you do your look in your history and your homework, you'll see us all on the walls with COD crew and bombing it, because we had the up on every location that these videos would be on, because we were working art directing. So, that gave us the up to meet more artists and more people, and gracefully more people that we met down the line. Then, we started designing for clothing lines like Shady, Rockaware, you know what I'm saying? And the list goes on. And we always been dabbling with music. So COD has always been like a culture thing. It's always been a part of the culture. Like if you really do your homework about COD crew, we've been around since the 80s doing graffiti and still doing music and all the other endeavors that we do that captures the culture. You know what I mean? Everything we do is around the culture. If you from graffiti wars, like we just put a shout out to my man Wen and Wayne. They just did a whole Boom Street where it's like over 120 graffiti artists did walls. It was like almost like a art basel here in New York. You know what I mean? Media was great. It's just, we just give back to the culture.
Yeah. So that's
so with that being said, I was working out of my studio, and Charlie came to my studio with one of his artists and seeing how we were getting it going. And he just came up with the idea like, yo, let's build the studio, you and me, and they'll come to the studio and we can make it rock all night and keep it going. And you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, let's try that. So we started and we got our first spot on Park Avenue by East Tremont in the Bronx. We lasted there not too long, had problems with the people there. And then we moved to the mess hall over there by probably where y'all from, where 20 was working too at the time. The mess hall was in Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
So we was there and they got shut down. It was a big like place where a bunch of studios. It was great for us because we did a lot of networking and meeting people. But then we got this place that we sit in here now in Hunts Point, the umbrella everybody knows that they come to now. And we've been here for about 4 years, and so many songs has come out of here, you know what I mean? It's just been crazy.
Yeah, I've heard, man. I heard some of your artists, man. Your boy Dollars and Hot Waters and Kim himself, he started rapping. He's doing
He went from producing to making his own songs. He sounds great too, and he's only gonna get better. You know what I mean? That's how all we'll do is encourage people. That's why we even have like classes for the school, Lions Academy, and we give back to these kids that we teach them what we know about the culture, because we want this to keep going.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. So how did you guys link up with DJ Spazzo? Like I heard like he's like an honorary member of the crew.
Oh yeah, man. Spazzo is one of our dudes, man. We have a lot of immediate friends like D Chambers, Hattie Racks, Dice Peso. All of us kind of know each other, and he was playing a lot of my records, and without knowing, but the guy is a great guy that he even reached out to me and said, yo, what you're doing for New York is crazy. You holding us down. You know what I mean? I love you making us sound right. So I reached back up to him and said, "Yo, I appreciate you, man." And then just kept kind of linking up, and now like I'm teaching him how to make beats, and he's a part of the COD to me. You know what I mean? We rock together. I appreciate him for the things he does, and he passes records on, and we actually did the Chris Brown remix together, him DJing and putting it together for us, and and picking the samples, and and I'm just teaching them how to make beats, and we just got that kind of relationship, for the culture vibe, and cool brother, man.
Yeah, he's a dope asset to the crew, know what I mean? Help you guys elevate your sound, touch new markets and stuff like that. Are there any other dream collaborations you wanna any other producers or DJs or artists you want to work with, underground or mainstream?
Well, I mean, shoot, like if I was to name like a lot of the artists I work with, well, mostly like artists that I always wanted to work with, you know what I mean? Like I could be here talking about the Benny the Butchers, Fat Joe, Jim Jones, you know what I'm saying? The list goes on and on and on. Don Q, um, from the lowest to the mainstream, the higher ups. I've worked with a lot of artists, man, and producers. I've worked with more personal, like maybe my own COD team, but I have to give out shout outs to the cats that kind of like ran me around this vibe, like my man D Miracle, Ski Beats. I've been around dope writers like my man Jaffe, God bless the dead, who he wrote The Boy Is Mine, for Brandy. He wrote Don't Want to Be a Player for Joe. Just been around a lot of good talents, man, and I always look forward to working with new artists too. Like my thing is always to elevate our culture to my sound, and hope that my sound reaches other people, you know what I mean? That I want to reach, the younger and the older, because now the game has changed so much that even the old school artists are coming back with a run, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I always wanted hip hop to be like rock and roll, man. Like
Yeah.
don't
It's
don't
getting there. It's getting
yeah,
there. You know what I mean? Hip hop is the biggest genre right now. It's bigger than pop, R&B, gospel, anything. It's bigger than rock and roll. Hip
we
hop,
always
pop music, hip hop.
yeah, but I want, but look at how like a rock and roll artist could have a career for his whole life. Look at how Rolling Stone is dropping a new album now. You know what I'm saying? And they've been and still loved by the people in their culture. So we're the only ones now, but I've seen the difference right now.
Yeah, the different the wrong what's wrong with hip hop right now is like people treat it like a get rich quick scheme. They don't take the art seriously. They just want to make money for like a good year, like
Uh-huh.
months, and then like retire.
Or go on to the next thing that
Or
they
the
really
next
want
thing.
to do. You know what I mean?
They don't take hip hop their career as an investment. That's
Yeah.
what's wrong with hip hop. It's oversaturated because like
Over.
because nowadays your moms could be the next Nicki Minaj, could be the next female rapper or some shit like that. Your
I
mom.
just seen on the IG that this grandma rapping lady. I don't know if you've seen it on IG, but her
Uh,
numbers be ridiculous. But it's just like my thing is this, man. I'm really only about the culture. I mean, of course, we always got to pay our bills, and being a part of this for so long. But it always started with the love for me, So that's why I'm still around it, and that's why I still do the things that I do for it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah. Do you have any future endeavors like within the music, or without, behind music? I mean, outside of music, do you have any future business endeavors you're working on? Any
Yeah.
projects?
Actually, we have a new TV show called Umbrella Studios NYC that we filmed out of here. It's on Tubi now. It's about to drop the trailer now. I think November 7th they dropped the trailer to start telling y'all when the date is. Um, yeah, we doing things out like that. We buying stores, buying getting snack stores and stuff like that. Shout outs to my bro Charlie, who got the entrepreneur mind to like, because when I came to the game, I only wanted to make beats and be a hip hop kid, man. You know what I mean? But who would have thought that like being able to do it the way we're doing it is opening up a lot more doors. You know what I'm saying? Like we're dealing with a lot more like political people councilmen, a lot of assemblymen, you know what I'm saying, assembly women, you know what I mean? It's just that things that we never thought that would get us. Like they gave us already a proclamation for the things that we do for music and for the kids that we bring. So things that we couldn't possibly imagine coming from where we came from, we would never think that these are the things that were possible for us to get.
Yeah.
And it's just going to keep opening doors for us to do more things with the youth, our neighborhoods, our you know what I'm saying, New York, everywhere, anywhere that we can make a change with the power that we finesse out of this music thing. Then that's what we really looking for, and because we love the music, man, and there's really nothing else that I could say about it, because everything else that I do comes from the music. Even if I do a TV show right now, it's kind of music driven. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I would do, it has a hip hop edge. So at the end of the day, anything I would do is gonna be hip hop.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, yeah, me personally, like, I do stuff outside of hip hop, outside of music. Like I'm an artist, but like I dabble in it. And I mean, uh,
Mhm.
I'm an actor, and I mean I take acting classes. I'm trying to one day get on TV. And I mean, do some see where this goes. Um, I'm also thinking about going back to school, get my MBA, my business degree, because that's something I do want to do. Like be a creative and also be a nigga in the background, like you do, like being like a songwriter,
Mhm.
curator, being an executive. I do see myself as being like a Monday. I could be like a manager, like a CEO at at a label. I mean, that's like when I growing up in New York, I saw people like a Russell Simmons, like a Diddy, like walk like controlling the board rooms, being on the board of directors, like um being in charge of a project, of a major project, being an executive producer.
Yeah, because look, like I mentioned earlier, like when I started for the love of it, it was to be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to rap, I want to be the guy in the front. But like the more you know about the whole thing in general. I knew that I would never have to just stop as an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like there is so many other positions in this game that needs to be, you know, like taking, like say a marketing guy, a director, someone who has the passion for the things they do, you know what I mean? And I just found the passion in owning the studio and making beats for people, you know, and I just said that only elevates me to know how to deal with more people, how to deal with a group of people. And that's why we're doing now, like the movies and taking chances and doing like a TV show and having a team behind you that's willing to work there, because it's never just me, you know what I'm saying? It definitely, I'm proud of the team that I put together, you know what I mean? And that we all gel. I'm proud of the situation we're in. It only gets better from here, you know what I mean? And I'm just like really lucky that I am around the people that I am around that take care of the business that I need to take care of too, in their own way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And got their own thing going, that we all gel right, you know what I mean?
All right. So what's your state on the Bronx, like both the north side and the south side? What's the how has the Bronx like music scene changed from your era to my era? And what can they do to get better?
Well, I'm a music fan. You know, the things that I always think is like I love drill, right? Because it's something that we made, you know what I'm saying? And I love certain things like that. Like I like to see things go 360. Like right now, 360 is like you hearing all this old school stuff mixed with some new stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're hearing the drill thing. The only thing I don't like is when we're in the age of people following trends. You understand? The only difference was with me is that when we were coming up, it there was nothing there to kind of have a blueprint about. You get it?
Yeah.
It was all fresh. So if me and you were coming out as rap artists, then we really just went by what we had so far. So in our mind, we couldn't come out sounding like him because we already heard him. You heard? So it's like, oh, we gotta figure it out now. So back in the day, it was so new that people had their own styles of coming out. You know what I mean? So you didn't get to hear a lot. And if you did, people were frowned upon. Like, oh, yo, this guy sounds like this guy. Or this guy sound like this guy. There were so many artists that sounded like Jay-Z when they first came out, and you probably will never hear them. I can mention names of who they are, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But that's just how it was back then. That you would be frowned upon. Now you hear everybody hear style and they running with it. You know what I mean? So it's like you hear the same record for an hour before it gets changed. You know what I mean? So it's just like those things like that. I think authenticity got to be the key to this music game, and that's what keeps people on with longevity. Because if you're just looking for a single, then you can make a record that's already hot, and just be in the same loop with it. Say, all right, we're gonna play this one right after they play this one, and it's like they don't lose a beat. And I think that's the problem that we're having now. That there's not a lot of people that have original stuff, and the ones that do are the ones that are shining. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that you are gonna make them a household name because that's the guy. You know what I mean? Those are the ones who invented it. But then when you start hearing saturated and you start, it's like, oh my God, there's like 20 Amigos, there's 20 Migos, there's 20 these, there's 20 Futures, there's, you know, it just, there's only one. There should only be one.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah, like to piggyback what you said, right now, when you said like artists from our city that don't have like an original sound, I would say like maybe like Boogie. I mean, Boogie's doing his thing. Like when he first came out, his mixtape,
Yeah.
he had like the R&B. He reminds me of like a
That's
type.
why he shines.
Yeah,
That's why.
he mixes the R&B with like the street shit. You know what I mean?
And nobody was doing it over here at that time. So for him to be at the forefront of it, then that's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Of course. But then when you start hearing 5 other A boogies that are trying to do this, it becomes weird. You know what I'm saying? It becomes
the PNB rock.
Because to me, it's like you find an artist to be a fan of because of what he does, right? You know what I'm saying? That I'm a fan of what you do. But then if you hear 20 other artists that do what he do, are you really a fan? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I could kind of like say, all right, I might like A Boogie, but I don't like the other 10 that dropped records that sound like A. I like A. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Future. I like the Migos, but I don't like the copies of Amigos. You get it? That's the type of hip hop. I'm into originality, and I'm not stuck in style and saying like, this trap thing. I love all that music. I love how I feel. I love the drill music. I love the R&B-ish singing music, but I like hip hop. You know what I mean? I like things that are come from nothing and turn into something. You know what I mean? Because that's what hip hop is all about.
Yeah, I like drill music, trap music, all that. But like I said, me being from the Bronx, like you, I'm more into bars. And I mean, I watch like battle rap and everything. Like I used to be a battle rapper. I want
all of them.
I like lyricism. I mean, just like you, I like lyrics. Like Dave East and Benny the Butchers,
Murder Mook, Chess.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Chess. Like you know, him being like the youngest dude in the Bronx right now.
Little brother, man. That's that guy.
When he was coming up, like I was in school doing homework and playing football. He was the youngest dude in battle rap doing 106 in Park and doing all this shit, just accomplishing so much at such a young age. He was like the Bow Wow of battle rap.
Battle rap, right?
He was like
I think about it like even for the Mook, you know, coming from when he came out, he was real young at what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And to be still out here making noise and just all the other artists that came from that shit got to another level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what to me hip hop is all about. You know, my thing has always been to take something, take nothing and make it into something. You know what I mean? That's why sampling is so dope to me. Any way you make your hip hop to me is great, man. Because like I said, I've been around people that were making beats from Nintendo and PlayStation games and taking them to the studio and off of music generator and stuff like that. And you gotta applaud, like you take what you got and you make what you make, you know what I mean? And that's to me hip hop, you know.
All right, that's what's up. Well, Cover, I appreciate you for coming on the show. Now I mean, yo, this is the Naijahood NYC podcast. We got the legendary cover on the show. I appreciate you taking 5 minutes of your time to do this little interview, this little sit down. I hope you and I could do a collaboration soon in the future. I
Get
pray
it.
we'll do more interviews, maybe more in person, maybe more visual. Doesn't matter.
Anytime you want to kick it, man, let's kick it, Nudge, man. I appreciate you for giving me your platform to talk and tell these people, you know, who I am. And you know what I mean? Like I said, man, I'm a hip hop kid and I'm gonna keep doing it. Just get at me, man. COD Umbrella Studios.
All right, Black Man Productions, COD, Naijahood Podcast. Bow.